So there are three, when it comes to the NRM, the new rules of measurement, right? There are three main documents or series of documents. The NRM1, so when you start in the project, the NRM1 helps you towards order of cost estimating and towards cost planning. So at this very stage of your planning, when you are planning the project, if you make use of the NRM1, it tells you how you need to measure or how you need to estimate the cost of your project. What are the main things you need to consider? Whether you need to go by superficial method of measurement or elemental cost planning. There are different aspects. And it tells you that if you are estimating the cost of the building, what are the key things you need to consider? Consultancy, some of the items that you need to consider: a consultancy fee, you need to consider planning fees as well. You also need to be able to have a fair idea of the floor area you are constructing. So maybe if you're constructing, let's say, an office building, what's the total estimated floor area of the office building you are constructing? And then based on that, you make use of what cost indices. Most likely from, let's say, for those of you in the UK, you make use of what the BCIS cost indices to be able to estimate the preliminary cost of construction. Because the thing is that different buildings have what different cost per square meter. The cost per square meter of construction a lecture theatre will be different from that for what maybe an office block. And the cost of per square meter for an office block will be very different for what a retail development or mixed-use development, right? So if you go onto the BCIS database, what the BCIS database does is what aggregate cost elements of different work items. So offices, retail, mixed-use development. There are different buildings there, and it's able to tell you that, okay, if you take maybe an office building, the average cost of constructing an office building per square meter is maybe £500 or £200, right? So NRM1, in conjunction with some of these databases, helps you to pre-estimate the cost of the project when you have a very minimal detail. Because take note, at the very front end or when you're planning your building, it's still very much at a concept design stage. You probably have just the floor area. The architects and then the structural or the consultants are now coming up with detailed design. The quantity surveyors are yet to come up with detailed bills of quantities. So at this very stage, the NRM1 helps you to be able to pre-estimate all the cost of work. And then when you're done with that, once the architect is done with the design, and then the designers or the engineers are also done with their design, you then go on to what detailed measurement, right? Which is where we come in with the NRM2, the new rules of measurement 2. So the NRM2, basically what it does is once the drawings are all ready, then the quantity surveyor takes over, depending based on the approach the quantity surveyor is using. So let's assume the quantity surveyor is going by, let's say, a bills of quantity method. The quantity surveyor will then take off and quantify the various elements within the drawing. So the quantity surveyor will probably tell us, oh, for this building, the block work is 5,000 square meters. The concrete work is maybe 2,000 cubic meter. Concrete work in, let's say, slab is 2,000 cubic meter. The floor area for tiles maybe 200 square meter. The quantity surveyor will then estimate what the actual quantity. But there are rules that need to be followed. There are rules that need to be followed when you go by the NRM2. And different work elements are separated within the NRM2. So the NRM2 helps you come up with a detailed measurement of the building works, of what goes into it, and based on that, you are able to go to price. And then the third element is for the NRM3, which helps us to estimate for the life cycle cost and then building maintenance work. So what is being said is that these three suites of documents offer a cradle-to-grave approach because they help you to pre-estimate the cost of the building, they help you to estimate the actual cost of the building, and then when it comes to maintenance or the life cycle cost as well, what will go, it helps you to estimate that cost as well. So if you take these three rules of measurement, you're able to estimate the total life cycle cost of the building, which is what's called a cradle to grave approach to cost estimating, works procurement, and post-construction procurement. So when you're doing your work package, you could try to make use of what? The NRM approach, the rules in the NRM to help you know the different elements to price, right? It tells you the major elements which comes in within, which comes in there. So this basically talks about the NRM in telling us about the detailed rules of what measurement. And for those of you who will be dealing with the NRM, like you did say, you go into details. But then for those of us in project management, we need to have a sort of working idea about the NRM. Right? If you have a working idea of the NRM, it helps you to be able to interface with the quantity surveyor, because you're able to tell the quantity surveyor. If the quantity surveyor brings you something you think you doubt, you can always challenge the quantity surveyor, or maybe discuss issues with the quantity surveyor because you are aware of what needs to be done. So the work breakdown structure, I mean, if you're able to do that and get to the work package, it helps you to do your cost estimation, right? But then one thing you should know is that there are some misconceptions with the work breakdown structure. It's not an exhaustive list of work. So when you have the work breakdown structure, it does not identify every work element to the minute detail. You're just trying to aggregate or break it down into a chunk you are easily able to manage. So like when you get to, let's say, block work, it does not tell you that, oh, there's block, I mean, it does not break it down, let's say, block work in maybe in this room or block work in that room. It just aggregates it to help you know that there's block work involved in the project. Right, that's what it does. It does not do. And then also the work breakdown structure is not a project plan. So if you come up with your work breakdown structure, it does not tell you that, I mean, this element of work will be completed by maybe in 2 months' time or 3 months' time. No, it doesn't. It only gives you an idea of what needs to go into the work. The planning, to be able to estimate when the work will be done, you need to come up with a plan or a planning technique, which is very different. And then the work breakdown structure is also not an organizational hierarchy, right? If you want an organogram is very different. I mean, within an organization, it's very different, right? That tells you the responsibilities within the organization, or the design responsibility matrix of who needs to do what. The work breakdown structure, all it's doing here is that it's helping you systematically break the work into chunks you are able to manage. Out of curiosity, anyone prepared a work breakdown structure before? You?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. And you? Okay. Can you share your experience?
Isn't the contractor, when you tender him the work, the contractor will give you how he plans to do the work. So it's essentially that. So if you're tendering for a job, you're going to write down how many days it's going to take you to do the excavation, for example, then to lay the concrete. Essentially, you're doing it on projects or P6.
Yeah, but that's more the planning. So the work breakdown structure helps you to do the planning.
Yeah.
Right. So it does help you to do the planning, but it's not actually the planning.
Does it work in line with the method statement? Is it similar to?
Yeah, kind of similar to the method, but the method statement is more detailed.
Yeah, this is just outlining the timeline of your activity.
Yeah, the work method is more detailed because the work method actually describes how you're going to do the work.
Yeah, correct.
And then the sort of resources you need for the work, which is a lot more detailed. But then with the work breakdown, you want to have a much more broader overview of what you want to do.
High-level summary of
Exactly, because you are not very sure. So at the time you are preparing your method statement, right, you have some sort of quantities to use, or you have an approximate quantities to use. But maybe if you are on the client side, at the time you are doing your work breakdown structure, you're not too sure of your quantities yet.
If it's on design stage 4, then you wouldn't know.
Sorry?
If it has gone to design stage, before
Yeah.
you don't have an accurate quantity.
Yeah, I mean, so it depends, yeah, if it got into that stage, you will. So it depends on which stage you are preparing your work breakdown structure and which actor you belong to as well. Right. So, like I did mention earlier, if you're working for a client, your approach towards the work breakdown structure is very different from if you are working for a contractor. If I'm a subcontractor as well, my approach for doing my work breakdown structure will be very different from what that of a main contractor. Because the main contractor needs to consider the whole project. But if I'm a subcontractor, I'm just considering what my
Element of the work.
section of the work. And then one thing you need to do when you're doing your work breakdown structure is also to look at the sort of interface between the different subcontractors, right? Because, I mean, the thing about a work breakdown structure is if you come up with a work package, you're also trying to help you determine your procurement plan. So if you come up with, let's say, electrical work, the mindset is that, okay, I probably want to outsource the electrical work towards a subcontractor. So you need to determine what sort of elements will go into my electrical work, right? Am I including my M&E work, or do I want a different contractor to do am I including the mechanical works as well, or do I want a different subcontractor to do that as well? So if you come up with, let's say, your services, you have your mechanical, your electrical, and then within these two, you also need to identify what goes into your mechanical, what goes into your electrical, what sort of interface should exist. Will the electrical contractor provide power to the M&E services? What risks should I assign to the electrical contractor in doing that? I mean, when it comes to building works, will the lift contractor want me to finish the lift wall for him or her? Or the lift contractor itself will probably want to come in. So you need to consider some of these things and try to look at the sort of interface that exists between the different work packages and how you're going to manage it. A very good work package or work breakdown structure helps you in procurement, right? Because if you're able to really break your work breakdown structure into the right work packages, you then get to know who does what. I mean, it's easy for you to bring in your various subcontractors as well, because when they come in, you tell you, this is the work package I want you to do, and it helps you in that planning as well. So like I did mention, the different contract strategies or approach you have for different ways of doing your work breakdown structure. I mean, if you have, let's say, a management contracting approach, I mean, with a management contracting approach, you know that you have your management contractor who needs to manage different, has a contract with different subcontractors and needs to manage them. So in this case, the management contractor will then need to sort of come up with a work breakdown structure of, okay, which subcontractor will do this, which subcontractor. So the client and management contractor work together to be able to package the different work elements, right? Whereas if you're using maybe the traditional approach, the clients will just have said, okay, I probably want all the works to go to just one main contractor, right, to do that. So the clients may probably leave the main contractor to be able to further break the project into different work packages. So the clients will say, although I want you to do the work, I want to nominate a specialist subcontractor to do this aspect of the work. So depending on the type of procurement approach you use as well, there are different ways of going by the work breakdown structure. Right. And similarly, if we were to use the construction management. So in the construction management contract, right, the contract is between the client and the various subcontractors, but then you have a construction manager who helps the client deliver the project. So in this case, the client needs to be able to determine it's similar to the management contracting. It's just about the contractual relationship, which varies here. But then the ultimate decisions lie with how the client wants to package the work. Right? Whereas in the management contractor, the ultimate responsibility in terms of how the work should be packaged lies with the management contractor. Here is the client who needs, because the construction manager is mainly what's helping the client to be able to manage the different subcontractors. And with BIM increasingly coming in, the hype around BIM is also likely to change how things are what's being done on a project. So like I did mention earlier, when you do your work packages, right, you need to really consider the interface between the different work elements, because if you don't really consider, when you do your work breakdown, your work packages, and you don't really consider that, coordination becomes very difficult, because you as the client or the project manager, you need to coordinate with different subcontractors on a project. So if you don't carefully consider the interface that exists between these different subcontractors, and you probably think, oh, it's easy for me to just have 20 or 30 work packages outsourced to so many contractors. At the end of the day, you as a project manager will have what difficulties when it comes to managing and coordinating all these people in terms of information, flow, and how to get them to work. But if you are really able to find the work packages well and look at, okay, I think when it comes to X, Y, Z, I probably give all the work to this contractor, because maybe if it comes to the electrical aspect, I think the electrical contractor who does the first fix should be able to procure the actual items like the lighting, the second fix of items, and do the installation. In that case, you just give all the responsibility towards one electrical contractor. But if you say, maybe for instance, you want to give the first fix of electrical fixing to subcontractor A, and then the actual supply of the electrical fittings to a different supplier, and then the actual fixing of the items to, let's say, subcontractor C, then it introduces a challenge, because you as a project manager will then have to coordinate all these people. You now need to find out from the electrical, or the one doing the first fix, whether he's made adequate provisions for, let's say, the power requirements of the items being supplied. And then also, with the electrical subcontractor who is coming to do the fixing, you then also need to ask that subcontractor, has the electrical contractor doing the first fix adequately prepared the room for you? Which means you would introduce some sort of complexity. But if you give all that electrical fittings, supply, and let's say first fix to one contractor, that subcontractor,
sometimes it's out of your control. So if the manufacturer specifies, in order for the warranty to be valid, the subcontractor has to have a certain accreditation. So if your first fix can do the first element of works, but he doesn't have the accreditation, you have to then sub it out to someone who does. So it's not always that simple to use just one contractor.
Yeah, okay. So your name? Mohammed. Okay. For those who are listening online, so Mohammed was saying that sometimes being able to outsource the work, when you are selecting a subcontractor, the decision is out of your control and it goes into the hand of maybe the supplier. Yeah, that's true in some instances, but not always the case. I mean, on certain projects, especially where it requires some complexity or let's say some high level finish, the supplier may decide that he wants his or her own, fixer to come do the installation, but that's not what happens always. And even in such a case, you probably could see how best you could put your electrical contractor in touch with the supplier. Or maybe in terms of tendering, you could then look out for electrical subcontractors who have the accreditation to fix those items. So for you as a client then, because you want those specific items, when you're doing your procurement plan, one key thing you identify is that any electrical subcontractor who comes on this project should have XYZ accreditation even before tendering. So we shall also fix it. So then the question becomes, how many work packages do you have on a project? Right. How many work packages do you have on a project? The tricky thing is, if you are not careful, you may have so many work packages when actually doing your work breakdown structure. But then if you have so many work packages as well, that becomes more difficult to manage on a project. Right. So there's a general rule of thumb, right? Basically, on very large buildings, where the cost is maybe 200 million or 50 million, a rough rule of thumb is to divide it by 2 million to be able to get what approximate work package. Because you don't want to have, maybe if you have 500 work packages, it's quite complicated to manage. You're not trying to make life difficult, you're just trying to be able to break the work down into, let's say, individual units which are easy to observe and manage. So a rough rule of thumb is to divide a project cost by 2 million. And then when it's a medium size building, you could use 1 million to be able to get a work package. So if you have, let's say, a contract of 50 million, which you can consider large, and you divide it by 2 million, approximately you have about 25 work packages. Right. So that would be a rough rule of thumb. You don't want to have too many work packages. And then when you're doing fit-out work, right, which tends to have a high monthly turnover because maybe you have so many different subcontractors coming and going on the side. Like we did mention the electrical work, you probably have so many different. So it's best to just identify maybe as electrical works, right? And then maybe even on the electrical works, you could just then go on, okay, lighting installation, electrical installation, probably socket, those kind of stuff. You just try to aggregate it into something that's a lot more easy to all manage because you don't want to go into too much detail. If it comes to furniture, within a project, you have different aspects of furniture, right? So you just want to be able to know, break it down into manageable chunks of units. So this is an example of a railway package that a contractor did. Right? In this case, the contractor had various subcontractors. For instance, the contractor established marine engineering, civil engineering works, and kind of identified a subcontractor. The contractor wanted to do sheet piling on the project. Right. And then, so the contractor identified different, in this case, the contractor was able to identify different subcontractors for different aspects of the work. So sometimes when you're doing, if you're a contractor, you probably may have worked with if I'm a client and I'm doing a work package, I may not really focus on this too much. But if I'm a contractor, maybe I have a fair idea of who needs to do what. But it's not compulsory you need to have that idea. Sometimes you may want different contractors to tender for the work package to be able to come up with a competitive estimate. So in this case, this contractor has further gone ahead to identify different subcontractors for various work packages. Like we did mention, the work package does not show you when the project needs to be done. To be able to know when the project needs to be done by, you need to have your program plan in place, or your works program, which is what the work schedule. So the next section, let's assume we have our work package in place. We know we've been able to scope out the building, we know the different elements that come in onto the project. But then now we want to, as a client project manager, you don't want to tell the client at all. When you want to inform the client as to when you need to complete the project. What happens next? That means we need to do our planning or program plan in place. Maybe we can take a 5-minute break. We can take a 5-minute break at this stage, and then when we come back, we talk about plan.